What if the creation story in the Bible was as much about why God created the world as it is about anything else? In Genesis 1, God isn't just making a world, He's making a home to share with us. You and I were made for a personal and intimate relationship with God. Welcome to day one of the Bible reading plan you'll actually finish, brought to you by Five Oaks Church, and Bible Story Guides. I'm Henry. If you haven't watched the Watch This First video, you might want to watch it before you continue with this video. An audio version is also available. So we're reading the Bible as one story in 2 acts and 10 scenes. And today we start at the very beginning, the first scene in Act 1. We call it creation. Without a doubt, the account of creation is one of the most important accounts in the Bible. Its impact is immense. It introduces almost every major theme in the Bible in remarkable detail. And among the most important aspects of this account is that it establishes God's relational nature. He's a personal God. In the creation story, God isn't just creating the heavens, the earth, and all the living things, including humanity. He's creating a home where He will live with us. Genesis 1 is designed to show that God's purpose is to share creation with His image bearers, that's us, so we can rule it with Him forever. So before we read the story of creation, I want to tell you a little bit more about what's happening in this account, which is one of the most amazing literary masterpieces in the ancient world. In the first chapter of Genesis, God creates and orders the entire cosmos from a state of chaos and desolation. Darkness covers the deep waters. God's Spirit hovers over these waters, and through a series of 6 ordered days, God transforms chaos into creation, darkness into light, and what was previously uninhabitable is filled with life. The high point is the creation of His image bearers on the 6th day. On the 7th day, God rests from His work. The significance of the 7th day is often missed. For one thing, there's no morning and evening at the conclusion of the 7th day, as with all the other days. The 7th day is endless, and it represents God's ideal vision for what He created. The creation itself is a holy temple where He'll dwell with human partners in perfect harmony. God is building a home where we will live together with Him. I'm going to read portions of Genesis chapter 1, beginning in the first verse through Genesis chapter 2, verse 4. So here we go. And I'll summarize some of the passages in between, and not just summarize it, but also help you see some of the patterns that occur again and again in telling of this story. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep water. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. And evening passed and morning came, marking the first day. Then God said, "Let there be space between the waters to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth." And that is what happened. God made this space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens. God called the space sky. And evening passed and morning came, marking the second day. Now, I'm just going to read you some highlights of the 3rd and 4th and 5th days. It says, "Then God said, let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground appeared." And that is what happened. Then it says, "And God saw that it was good." And that is what happened. He says that again. And then God saw that it was good. And evening passed and morning came, marking the 3rd day. Then it says this. So in those first 3 days, He's forming. And then in the next 3 days, He's filling. So beginning the 4th day, and God said, "Let lights appear in the sky to separate the night from the day." And that is what happened. And then it concludes with this, "And God saw that it was very good, and evening passed and morning came, marking the 4th day." Then God said, "Let the waters swarm with fish and other life." And after He does that, it says, "And God saw that it was good." And then it concludes with, "And evening passed and morning came, marking the 5th day." Then God said, "Let the earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of the same kind." And after He does that, it says, "And that is what happened. And God saw that it was good." Now I'm picking up in verse 26. Then God said, let us make human beings in our image to be like us. They will reign over the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the livestock, all the wild animals of the earth, and the small animals that scurry along the ground. So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them male and female. He created them. Then God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and all the animals that scurry along the ground. Then God said, look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant throughout the earth and all the fruit trees for your food. And I have given you every green plant as food for all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, the small animals that scurry along the ground, everything that has life. And that is what happened. Then God looked over all he had made, and he saw that it was very good. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the sixth day. This is the beginning of chapter 2. So the creation of the heavens and the earth and everything in them was completed. On the seventh day, God had finished his work of creation, so he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because it was the day when he rested from all his work. This is the account of the creation of the heavens and the earth. If you think about one takeaway that you can take from this, it would be that God is not just creating a world, but he's creating a home. And part of your response can simply be a simple prayer that says, God, I want to know you. Or, God, I want to know you better. I want to encourage you to go to BibleStoryGuides.com if you haven't already, and sign up for extra bonuses and emails. That'll be reminders and show you links of various places you can go to take in this reading plan. But until tomorrow, have a great day.